Georgia and Michigan are about to become the newest states to make texting while driving illegal. That's 25 states in all. So, are young people getting the message that even if it's not illegal, it's still very dangerous? CBS News correspondent Michelle Miller went to a high school where drivers were literally put to the test. Good morning.
Good morning, and were they ever? Good morning to both of you. Alabama has absolutely no restrictions on texting while driving, and to many teenagers there, that's just fine. But this week, some of them got a pretty strong lesson on the dangers and a heavy dose of reality from a couple whose lives it changed forever.
26-year-old Heather Hurd was on the way to see her wedding planner when a truck driver plowed into her car on a Florida highway. He was texting and lost control. Heather died instantly.
I'll never be the mother of the bride. I'll never have grandchildren from Heather. It destroyed me.
Ever since that day 2 years ago, Heather's parents, Russell and Kim Hurd, have been on a mission to outlaw texting behind the wheel.
We are trying to change a culture and get the word out that this can happen to you.
Last year alone, distracted drivers were blamed for nearly 6,000 deaths. And among the youngest drivers, a recent survey found that half of them between 16 to 29 admit to driving while texting.
How many of you have done it? Everybody.
At this Alabama high school, Officer Glenn Klein has set up an innovative program giving students a real-world test on the dangers.
Step on it.
While he rides shotgun, teens negotiate an obstacle course full of hazards, all the while texting.
Are you texting anything yet?
No! Lauren Tollinson says she texts constantly behind the wheel. After taking out half a dozen cones and other surprises that drivers often face, she was a little shaken.
Did that basketball throw you at all?
Yes. I just ran over it. If those would have been people, I would have killed like 5 people.
But driving while texting is still legal in Alabama.
I'm concerned that, there's going to be some serious injuries or deaths out of the deal before it really wakes the right people up.
Even while being instructed on the dangers, these students couldn't stop texting. They admit they need a deterrent.
Our lives were changed forever.
So the Hurds brought their story to these students, hoping common sense prevails.
That could have been a puppy, could be a person, could be another vehicle.
If you would survive, but you killed someone else, could you live with that? Nah, you don't want that. It's not worth it. It's not worth a life.
It's a message they hope will save others grief.
Each day that these laws are not in place is another day that someone could be killed because of someone texting while driving.
And the Hurds helped pass a texting while driving law in Maryland, but in Florida, the state where their daughter died, the measure failed. And in Alabama, 95 out of 98 state House members favored the ban. Still, they could not agree on how to enforce it. But the momentum is certainly there. A recent CBS News New York Times poll found that 97% of Americans saying texting and driving should, in fact, Maggie and Harry, be illegal.
All you have to do is hear from that mother who says, I'll never be the mother of the bride, I'll never have grandkids from my daughter.
And we all do it.
I know.
We all do it.
Well, hopefully not for long.
A lot happens early on The Early Show, weekday mornings on CBS.